welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well on this lovely rainy Saturday morning. So today we're going up to London to do some street photography with my mate Andrew. Yeah, so this is what I'm taking up today with me. I've got the Sony a7 III, the 85mm is already on. I've got the 28 to 70mm ready to go if I want it, but I'm going to try and stick to the 85mm only today. I've got my GoPro with a chest mount so I can do some POV street photography. That is my glass orb, which we might use. I always take it, but I end up not really using it. Spare strap, cleaning kit, hip straps, and a little phone mount in case I want to do some time lapses. I've got my filters and spare memory cards up in there. Yeah, this is actually going to be my first street shoot with the Sony a7 III, so I'm excited to give it a go, see how it does doing some street. Yeah, I'm going to try and use the 85mm 1.8 pretty much all day. I've got the 28-70 just in case, but as I say, I want to try and stick to the 85mm. But yeah, let's see how it goes. If I look or sound tired, it's because I'm properly diet, so this is why this is needed. Yeah, on the way to London now. Let's get it. Okay, I'm here up in London. This feels really weird talking to my camera in public because I don't ever do this. But yeah, I'm meeting Andrew up here in, I don't know what the time it is. It's got about an hour he's going to be getting here. So in the meantime, I'm going to go outside. I'm in London Bridge at the moment. I'm going to go outside, do street photography around here, warm up a bit. Because, yeah, you got to warm up, in my opinion. It just feels, you just feel like you're not getting bangers straight away. You need to warm up. So yeah, let's do it. This is just my luck. I come up here specifically to do street photography in the rain. And instead of rain, we've got blue skies. It's still wet on the ground, which is fine, but I was wanting some rain. For the first time in my life, I wanted rain. But, oh well, let's do this. Also, look how sick of a location this is. Didn't even know this is, right outside on the bridge. So while we're waiting for Andrew, I thought we'll go through some street photography tips. One of the tips I find makes for good eye-catching photos is leading lines. It's something I think every photographer tells you to do, to be fair. But yeah, having lines coming towards the lens or away from the lens, well, I suppose they're going both directions. But yeah, it makes for really eye-catching photos. So what I've got behind me here, I've got this tower. You can't see it in the background because of exposure. Tower Bridge is over there. We've got these buildings here with good leading lines. So we're going to get some shots of this. And then, yeah. So yeah, as you can see by the shots I just took, sorry if it's really shaky by the way, here's my phone. The shots I just took, the leading lines in the ground, draw your eye straight towards the subject, which is the Tower Bridge in the background. And yeah, it just adds that extra element to your photos, makes it a bit more eye-catching. But yeah, where we're filming right now leads us straight into our next. Our next. What we're doing? Street photography tips. Our next tip, which is reflections. This whole area is pretty good for reflections. So good ones to look out for, especially in street photography, are puddles, because puddles make great shots. I've put a TikTok up with a little photography hack. I'll put it on screen now or something. So puddle shots are really good. Mirror or mirroring shots, so using a window or your phone can be used as a reflection. I'll get a shot of that. So windows are really good. Windows are actually really good if you can shoot through a window which has got a bit of reflection in the foreground, but you can actually see through the window. That makes for really good shots. So incorporating both the tips, leading lines and reflections, I found this little spot over here. So yeah, I want to get some shots here. Back on that. Next top tip, puddles. Puddle shots are better with a wider angled lens. So we'll get some of them in a bit. Next tip is actually looking up. Something else we're doing right here, but it's something, I know it went through a massive stage on Instagram a couple of years back, hashtag look up season. I feel like it's something that's going to die down again, but looking up, especially in cities, makes really good photos. So yeah, make sure you look up. Another top tip for street photography is to be brave, but that being said, don't be too brave. I've heard people make great subjects in photos, especially in street photography. Capturing people in the moment, then have no idea you've got a photo. Taking a photo of them, just going about their daily life, makes for great photos. It really adds something to the picture. But that being said, there are some street photographers out there that do proper get right up in your face, get a photo, and I don't agree with it. It's a bit of an invasion of privacy, a bit of invasion of personal space. And no one wants a camera just randomly shoved in their face. So be brave with your photos, get people in them, but don't be too brave. Don't be a dick about it. Don't get up in people's faces. Don't get me wrong, it makes for great. They may have some great shots of it, but yeah, there's a line. Just remember to keep that in mind. There's always a line. But yeah. Now the last tip I wanted to do is kind of irrelevant to right now because we've got blue skies. But it was going to be to not be afraid of the rain, which not as in like you're sat in bed cowering because of the rain, as in don't be afraid to shoot in the rain. Don't be afraid to get your camera wet. Don't be careful with your kit, especially if it's expensive. Cover up if you can to keep it protected. But don't be afraid of going out and shooting in the rain because it makes for some great photos. You can get some absolute bangers, and no one really does. I mean, there are people that go out and shoot in the rain, but it's not as common as to like right now these conditions. There's probably a lot of people out taking photos, but in the rain is not, and you can get some really good shots. So don't be afraid of going out in the rain. It's something I'm working on because I don't like getting wet. To be honest, I don't like going out in the rain and being damp when I get home and my kit's all wet, but it's worth it. It makes for some great shots. As I say, completely irrelevant to right now because it's freaking blue skies and I don't want it to be because I wanted some rainy shots. Okay, that's it. They're my street photography tips. Let me know if you can think of any more. Drop them below. I might shove them in another video if you can think of get a few more worth. But yeah, let's go do some. Oh god, there's loads of people in that office staring at me. Jesus Christ. I've never vlogged before. I don't even know this is a vlog. I've never filmed myself in public before. This is weird. But yeah, let's go do some street photography. And yeah, meet up with Andrew when he eventually gets it. Reflections. Bonus tip I just thought of is shooting through things like this tree adds a lot of depth to your photos, which makes them look a lot better as well. So I'm going to do some shots through this tree and I'll show you later. Okay, the wind's picking up, and even though it's still blue skies over in that direction, we've got some grey skies coming in over this way, so hopefully we're going to get some rain a bit later on, which would be quite good. It means we get a bit of mix between normal sunny shots and rainy shots, which would be handy AF. I love London. Right, back in London Bridge now. I'm just doing some shooting. Here to meet Andrew, and then we're going to head over to Camden, I believe, and get some street shots over there. Should be good. look up season. Boom. Clear example of that. I've swapped over to 28-70mm so I can get some wide angle shots of this. I have just realised that we've spent the whole intro to this video talking about Andrew and then B-rolling Andrew and taking photos of Andrew, and I haven't shown you Andrew. So this is Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
I don't know what to say now. Okay, so just got back. My hair's probably doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Just got back. Really good day shooting. Really good day. I've taken far too many photos as always. Need to dump them all and then go through them. But yeah, we'll dump them all, do some edits, and then take a look at what the finished results were. So, yeah, see you in a few days. Alright, so it's a week later since I took the photos because I'm a massive procrastinator when it comes to editing my own stuff. But yeah, finally got through all the photos. I've picked out 17 of my favourites. Quickly go through them. So this first one is the shot I took of me. Well, it's the shot I took of my camera filming me when I was doing the tips. I just thought it was quite cool. I just really like the shallowness of the depth of field. And I just think it looks pretty cool. So that's all for that one. Second one, I really like the street feel. I thought black and white really suited this photo a lot more than colour. I love the fact all the stuff on the rail is in focus, as well as the guy peeking through the crowd. That was so busy when I took that shot. Like the street was packed. It was madness. But yeah, I'm happy with that one. Really like it. This one, I was trying to take a photo of the bridge that says Camden Lock on it, and this random guy just walked into frame, and my camera quickly focused on him as I took the shot, and it actually came out quite well. Yeah, I've been told to caption this one when I look at chicken nuggies. You know who you are. But yeah, that's the face I think most of us pull when we look at chicken nuggets. But this shot makes me laugh because literally straight after I took this shot, that guy then started shouting at me and tried to he quickly came out of the shop and I had to hide behind a stall because he was not happy that I took his photo. But it made for quite a good shot. The direct eye contact I think makes quite a good shot. I would like that shot without the woman in the foreground, but I couldn't exactly go back and retry it after he was not happy with me taking the first one. So this one was taken in Camden Market around all the food stalls. I just quite like everything. I just like it. I just like this photo, to be honest. That's good enough reason, isn't it? I like this photo. I like the way I've edited it. I like the colours. I like the composition. Yeah, I just like the photo. This one and the next one, I couldn't decide between which one was my favourite. They're both shot through windows, so you get that bit of reflection in the foreground, but you can see straight through, which is what I was talking about earlier in the video. But yeah, I like the neon sign that says CDs. Especially in the second one, I like the shallowness of depth of field. The fact all the CDs leading up are all blurry, and then they slowly get more in focus with the guy in the background. Yeah, I'm just happy with that shot. This is another one I thought suited black and white better. I think it's quite intense the way he's just looking straight in the camera like he's not happy. But yeah, I love the way he's looking straight at it. I also love the particles at the top of the frame, just above his head, with all the raindrops. I think it just kind of adds a little bit more to it. But yeah, happy with that one. This one, this might be one of my this might be my favourite one. I like this one a lot. I was just going for a shot of the hats, and this lady just shoved her hand in and went to take one of the hats. But I love the delicateness of her movement. The lights in the top and the hats in the bottom, how her hand's perfectly in focus. I love this one. I love the way I've edited it as well. I've really upped the blacks here and the shadows, and put in quite a bit of saturation. But yeah, I'm just happy. It's just, I think that's my reason for all these shots, isn't it? I just like it. This one was sick. This guy, we walked past and I first thought this guy was a mannequin because he was standing so still. But he wasn't. He was a real person, obviously. But yeah, he was making people jump as they walked past the shop. It was outside like a comic book shop. But yeah, really cool. And then as I was taking photos of him, he obviously stuck his finger up at me, which is just awesome, considering he's a Joker. And the next shot, he kept scaring people by doing Joker laughs. It's like the Jared Leto sort of Joker laugh. It was wicked. This next one's kind of cheating in my opinion because it was over Andrew, the guy I was taking photos with, but I love all the particles of the rain coming down, the droplets on the umbrella, droplets all over his bag, the depth of field. I really like this shot. Another one, I think he's looking at the camera with one of his eyes. God, that's so mean. But yeah, same again. I just love the photo. I love the way it's composed. I love the way I've edited it. I love the shadow depth of field. I was using the 85mm 1.8 for most of these shots. Don't know why I point at the camera because I'm not filming on that right now. It's over there somewhere. But I use that for all these shots. Most of these shots. There's a couple at the end which I didn't. But yeah, safe to say that the A7 III paired to the 85mm 1.8 is a great street setup. Next one was when we moved over to Bank. Got a shot of the bus with the sunset lights kind of coming in. Again, I love the way I edited this. I think I used the same preset for this than I did for the Joker ones, because I really wanted to up the contrast and have it a bit more grungy. The advertisement on the side of this one makes it look like there's some motion blur in there, because obviously there's motion blur in the advert, which is quite cool because it kind of, I keep having to take a double look at this because this car's, like the wheel is perfectly still, but then it looks like the side of the car is motion blurred, which I think it's pretty cool. This is also one of my favourites. This was, I didn't stand there waiting or anything. I just walked past the escalators and saw the guy coming down. Got a whole series of shots of him coming down, but this one was my favourite one, of him midway down. This is when I then swapped over to the 28 to 70mm, because as I was saying earlier in the video, look-up season, looking up makes for some great shots in cityscapes. And yeah, the architecture in London is awesome, especially of the Lloyd's building. I think it's a wicked building. Yeah, and that's all they're my favourite shots from this trip. Hope you guys like them. They'll be going up on my Instagram soon enough when I eventually get around to posting it. I've still got loads of shots to post from my last trip up there, but keep an eye out, they'll be on there. If you want to follow my Instagram, it's @LukePalms. I'll link it below as well. But yeah, as always, if you like this video, please drop us a thumbs up down below. It massively helps the channel more than you know. Subscribe if you like the content. I'm trying to post pretty regularly. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're still here watching, you're a legend. Thank you. Massively appreciate the support. Yeah, I'll see you next time.